Hi, I'm investing is common sense. I'm going to discuss with you about Mega First Corporation Berhad, a fully valued company based on my assumptions on the 13th of November 2023 at a share price of 3.5 ringgit. My opinion is different from mainstream opinions who think that this company is undervalued. The MBank analyst gives the fair value at 4.45 ringgit, Public Investment Bank at 4.75 ringgit, Maybank at 4.2 ringgit. However, my valuation is not a buy or sell call. It is a demonstration of how I build a financial model and determine the valuation while analyzing a company. Please do your homework while buying a company. Assumptions are important while building a financial model. Rubbish in, rubbish out. To get more accurate assumptions, we need to get the answers from MNCB. I have sent investment clarification to the investors relations in MNCB. If there is any update, I will keep you posted. MNCB businesses include hydropower, solar power, packaging, resources, oleochemicals, and plantation. The 260 megawatts Dong Sahong hydropower project in Laos has commenced on the 1st of October 2020, and the total electricity generation is around 2,000 gigawatt hour per annum. The total project cost is $401 million. From 2025 to 2028, one unit of turbine will be out of service for 4 months each year. Therefore, the company is building the fifth turbine that costs around $75 million and is expected to be completed on the third quarter of 2024. The construction of the fifth turbine will ensure MSCB will be able to deliver sufficient energy to its customer, Electricite New Laos, which is like our tenaga in Malaysia. Electricite New Laos will resell the energy to Electricite New Cambodge in Cambodia. The total capacity of the hydropower project is 325 megawatt when this expansion project is completed, and total generation is expected to be approximately 2,200 gigawatts hour per annum. On May 2023, the remaining capex for the construction of the fifth turbine was 250 million ringgit or $54.35 million at the exchange rate of 4.6 ringgit per $1. I'm assuming the remaining capex for this project will be funded by new loan with the 70-30 debt to equity ratio for 4 years, which is similar to the duration for short-term revolving credit facilities. The percentage of the loan drawdown will be 20% per quarter. The loan moratorium period will be finished in the third quarter of 2024 once the full drawdown of the loan occurs at this stage. Interest rate is 7.7%, which is based on 5.32% secure overnight financing rate on the 7th of November 2023, which is a benchmark interest rate for dollar-denominated loans plus 2.45% margin, payable on a quarterly basis. For your information, when I mentioned about loan moratorium, I meant that moratorium for principal repayment on it, but has no interest repayment. Apart from that, in the results briefing for the second quarter of 2023, the current loan, which is a shareholder loan for renewable energy divisions, was $80 million. I'm assuming all these amounts was granted for the hydropower project. The structure of the interest rate for the shareholder loan is the same as the fifth turbine loan. The principal repayment for both loans is assumed to be practiced on the straight-line method. According to the concession agreement, the duration of this project is 25 years. The depreciation and amortization that I'm using is straight-line method for 25 years or 4% a year, which is in accordance with their accounting policy. And I have assumed depreciation and amortization is tax deductible. Insurance premiums is 0.5% of the beginning total property, plant and equipment a year. The tariff of this project started at 6.15 cents and escalation is 1% per year on the compounding basis until 15 years, the tariff will drop 20% and escalate again 1% per year. Meaning to say, from October 2020 to September 2021, the tariff was 6.15 cents. From October 2021 to September 2022 was 6.21 cents. From October 2022 to September 2023 was 6.27 cents. From October 2036 to September 2037, the tariff will be 5.712 cents, a drop of 20% from 7.14 cents in September 2036. Then the tariff will increase 1% a year, start from October 2037. The project is given tax exemptions for 5 years since commercial operation date. The company will start to pay corporate income tax in Laos in October 2025. The tax rate is a lower of 24% or the prevailing tax rate, which is 20%. I'm assuming 20% in my financial model. I'm curious, Mega First Corporation Berhad, since you are using green technology, why are you not paying 7% instead of paying corporate income tax rate of 20%? In addition to that, the withholding tax of 5% will be charged on the dividend paid by a Laos company that owned by 10% or more by a Malaysian shareholder under the double tax treaty agreement. Therefore, in my assumption, I put a 5% withholding tax rate on the free cash flow to equity after the end of tax-free status in 2025, since MSCB owns 80% of shareholding in the Laos hydropower project, and MSCB will repatriate the free cash flows in the form of dividends to Malaysia. MSCB needs to pay 5% of revenue to the government as a royalty in the first 10 years, 15% in the next 10 years, 30% in the last 5 years. MSCB made a commitment to contribute $1 million to the Laos government every year as corporate social responsibility. I am assuming this will be paid every September. On average, the receivable collection period is 5.85 months. I'm using 5.85 months for the financial model to calculate receivables. However, I do not calculate changes in inventories and payables because I do not have data for it. Therefore, I assume all purchase is cash expense. The discount rate or cost of equity in this case is 10% based on different factors like the risk profile. This project carries a foreign exchange risk. In 2022, the 6.2% appreciation of the dollar against ringgit increased 11.8% and 8.8% in revenue and profit before tax in the renewable energy division, of which the majority make up by the hydropower project. Another risk are weather risk and project risk. In the first half of 2023, the sales volume was 6.7% lower than the corresponding period. The decline in energy volume was due to scheduled turbine maintenance in the first quarter of 2023 and subnormal dry season in the second quarter of 2023 as compared to high water level in the corresponding quarter. The hydropower project also carries a single customer risk. MSCB sells energy to electricity New Laos, which resells energy to electricity New Cambodia. The ultimate and only buyer is electricity New Cambodia. Now, let us see the cash flow capacity of this hydropower project. I'm assuming the financial year end is in the 30th of September because the commercial operation date was started on the 1st of October 2020. As you can see, on the 30th September 2023, all the numbers are smaller because I'm assuming 3 months less from the 30th of June 2023. Electricity output for only 3 months, operation and maintenance for only 3 months, and etc. I'm practicing this way because the latest data about the company is from the second quarter of 2023 quarterly report. As you can see, there are net income, free cash flow to the firm, and free cash flow to equity. Free cash flow to the firm is adjusted after non-cash expense like depreciation, capex, and changes in working capital. Free cash flow to equity is free cash flow to the firm minus principal repayment. As you can see in the financial model, the net income is increasing every year because there's an increase of tariff and a decrease of insurance premium. Every year, there is wear and tear of concession assets, and hence MSCB pays lesser amount of insurance premium. From financial year 2025 to financial year 2026 onwards, and financial year 2028 to financial year 2029 onwards, there are substantial increase in net income, free cash flow to the firm, and free cash flow to equity because MSCB has fully repaid the shareholder loan in FY 2025 and the fifth turbine loan in FY 2028. From FY 2037 onwards, the net income, free cash flow to equity, and free cash flow to the firm decreased substantially because the tariff dropped by 20%. This project incurs an average free cash flow to equity after withholding tax on dividend of $76 million a year, or 348 million ringgit at the exchange rate of 1 ringgit to of $1 to 4.6 ringgit. Therefore, the valuation of this project is $365 million or 2.92 billion ringgit at the cost of equity of 10%. However, for MSCB, the free cash flow to equity after withholding tax on dividend that it incurs is around $60 million a year or 279 million ringgit. The valuation is $508 million or 2.34 billion ringgit or 2.47 ringgit per share after taking into consideration 80% ownership by MSCB on the 30th of June 2023. Therefore, the future value of this project for MSCB on the 13th of November 2023 is 2.56 ringgit with the discount rate of 10%. Mind you, the valuation in Malaysian ringgit is subject to change because there is currency fluctuation between Malaysian ringgit and dollar. The company packaging division is performed by two subsidiaries, Hydropower and Standard. In 2021, MSCB is acquiring 75% of Standard for 153 million in cash. The minority shareholders were granted put options to sell their shares at the end of the 3rd and 5th anniversaries. The company was purchased at the valuation of 11.4 price to earning ratios, 7 enterprise multiple ratio, 2 price to book value ratio. Standard produce flexible packaging film like visually oriented polypropylene film and linear low-density polyethylene films in Malaysia. Standard has a 5-year plan that will increase the production output from 10,000 metric ton to 45,000 metric ton per annum. Currently, its products are exported mainly to Asia, Middle East, Africa, South America, and Europe. From 2018 to 2022, Standard net margin ranged from 5.15% and 10.83%. Revenue and net income increased from 159 million ringgit and 8.2 million ringgit in 2018 to 250 million ringgit and 18 million ringgit in 2022 at a CAGR of 11% and 29% respectively. Therefore, I'm assigning the PE ratio of 10, which is similar to the median PE ratio for packaging industry. The valuation of Standard is 133 million based on 10 times 2022 net income at the 75% ownership. MSCB owns 52.4% of Hydropower, which manufactures paper bags, labels, stickers, flexible packaging materials in both roll forms and pre-made pouches for food and fast-moving consumer goods products. Hexachase FlexiPack is constructing a new double-story warehousing and production site in Malacca and is expected to be completed in the first half of 2024. They will bring the capacity to 30,000 metric tons per annum from 10,000 metric tons. Hexachase Packaging is constructing a new double-story factory warehouse due to be completed by the end of 2023, and the capacity of self-opening setback machine will be added and boosted by additional 240 metric ton to its existing 270 metric ton capacity in 2022. Hexachase's net margin was very volatile, ranging from negative 0.73% and 7.35% from 2016 to 2022. Due to this reason, I am assigning a PE ratio of 4, which is the average PE ratio of Tommy Park 2.1 and KYM 5.9. The valuation of Hexachase is 60 million ringgit based on 4 times 2022 net income at the 52.4% ownership. Resource division is mainly involved in the quarrying of limestone and the manufacturing of lime products such as quicklime, hydrated lime, and quicklime powder. It is the largest commercial quicklime producer in Malaysia with abundant amount of reserve to last for at least another 100 years. MSCB is confident with the sustainability of the business as there is no substitute to limestone, which has been used for centuries mainly in construction, agriculture, and manufacturing. The function of limestones are increasing soil pH and improving crop yields, serving as a base for roads, buildings, reducing the levels of hazardous chemicals present in the water. Although the division revenue grew at a CAGR of 11% from 120 million in 2017 to 206 million ringgit in 2022, profit before tax and net income declined at a CAGR of 2% from 90 million ringgit and 40 million ringgit to 70 million ringgit and 30 million ringgit respectively during the same period. For this division, the valuation is 135 million ringgit based on an average 5-year net income of 13.5 million ringgit and a discount rate of 10%. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of MSCB. So for MSCB, the valuation is 135 million ringgit. In 2021, Eternal Technology, a 50-50 JV between MSCB and 9M Technology Sdn Berhad, was set up to acquire Emery Asia Pacific Oleochemical business from Sainabi Plantation Berhad and PTT GC International Limited that produce both basic oleo products and specialty chemicals which are used in cosmetic, pharmaceuticals, and home care products. Emery book value was 430 million ringgit in October 2021, but it was initially purchased by Eternal Technology at the equity value of 38 million ringgit, of which 20 million ringgit contributed by MSCB and the enterprise value of 243 million ringgit. Post-EY review, the equity value was revised downward to 12.6 million ringgit. From 2019 to 2020, the estimated loss was 70 million ringgit to 75 million ringgit. Emery was purchased at a cheap valuation compared to the book value because it was a loss-making company. In 2022, MSCB's share loss of this joint venture was 1.2 million ringgit and 5.8 million ringgit in the first half of 2023. The valuation of Eternal Technology for MSCB is 158 million ringgit, which is based on 50% of the 2022 net asset of 350 million ringgit. This division is being upgraded in the third quarter of 2023. This division currently has the integrated capacity of 300,000 tons per annum. MSCB is developing a coconut and macadamia plantation in Cambodia on a plot of concession land measuring 6,420 hectares with a 50-year concession period commencing from the 29th of April 2013. The plantable area is 4,000 to 4,500 hectares, and cumulative area planted as at the 30th of June 2023 was about 2,500 hectares. Target to complete planting by end of 2025 to 2026. MSCB expects this division will contribute in earnings after 2026. The cumulative investment as at the 30th of June 2023 was 127 million ringgit. Therefore, valuation for this division is 127 million ringgit with 100% ownership. As at the 30th of June 2023, a total of 20.5 megawatt commercial and industrial solar projects have been completed and energized. Assuming 1 megawatt is around 2.5 million ringgit, 20.5 megawatts cost 51.25 million ringgit. Assuming 30% of the project was funded by equity, the equity contribution by MSCB was 50 million ringgit, which is the valuation for solar division. It is a very simplistic way to calculate this division. The most appropriate way is to calculate NPV of this project as I did for the hydropower project. Moving forward, 10.8 megawatts of commercial and industrial solar power projects to be progressively energized over the next 12 months. 11.4 megawatt solar farm project in Maldives will be completed in the third quarter of 2024, and 46.5 megawatt solar farm project in Malaysia under the Corporate Green Power Program of the Energy Commission, which is expected to achieve commercial operation in 2025. To calculate non-operating assets and liabilities, I assume MSCB owns 85% of the balance sheet due to the average of 15% of total equity was attributed to non-controlling interest in 2021 and 2022. I minus 368 million ringgit from the total of short-term borrowings and long-term borrowings of 669 million ringgit because it has already been completed in my hydropower valuation. Therefore, the valuation for net non-operating assets for MSCB is 369 million ringgit. Let us do the sum of the past valuation for MSCB. In the first half of 2023, the number of shares was 945 million. Therefore, the intrinsic value per share for MSCB for hydropower, resources, packaging, solar, plantation, and Oleochemical net operating assets are 2.56 ringgit, 0.14 ringgit, 0.16 ringgit, 0.02 ringgit, 0.13 ringgit, 0.17 ringgit, 0.33 ringgit respectively. In conclusion, MSCB is worth 3.51 ringgit based on some of the past valuation. It is a fully valued company. If anyone is interested in learning stock analysis, please contact me by my email. My email is in the description. I passed CFA program in 2 years and achieved a distinction for my master's degree in finance, investment, and risk from University of Kent. Bye. I'm also helping the companies to build the financial models. If you need any help, please contact me.